Let's get to the phones. Grand Junction, Colorado is where we go. Zach is on the line there. Zach, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, how's it going?
Zach, I'm living the dream. What's up?
So I'm calling. So I'm 20 years old, currently in college right now. And so what I was calling about is how do I kind of redefine my path of like education-wise and purpose-wise when I'm halfway through my degree and I realize that downside pressures of my degree being business and finance is not what I want to do from like my family.
Yeah. Well, first thing is take a deep breath, and I want you to acknowledge the fact that you've not wasted your life. You're not some foolish, childish, oh, I went over here, whatever you're feeling, some sense of, I don't know if it would be guilt in your situation, but the disappointment. I want you to go, you know what? Everything I've done to this point, none of that's wasted. There's going to be something out of this that I can get. And so that leads us to what I'm going to tell you need to do, and it's reset. And I'm glad you called today. We have to reset because essentially somebody else pointed out a mountain to you and you took the path to the mountain they pointed out and it wasn't your mountain. Isn't that true?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, my man. So here's the deal. You're 20. You're 20. This is so exciting. So now you figured out that you've been pursuing a mountain that you don't want to climb. And you got plenty of time to redirect. So what is the mountain? What do you think it is? Before we start diving into deeper stuff, I just sense that you have a gut feeling, or you have at least a couple of ideas, and maybe one's a little bit brighter than the others. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're definitely right.
Then say it, and don't be intimidated by this. Don't feel like it's foolish or childish. Just say it. What is the dream that you would pursue this day? If I waved my Ken Coleman Show pencil and said, poof, there it is, no chance you can fail. You're going to succeed, but you don't have to commit to this for the rest of your life. It's a 20-year-old exploration, right? What is it? What would you chase?
Yeah. I have to say advising or counseling people. I love speaking to people. I love writing. I love the whole advising over teaching method.
Boy, I love that.
I'm a big fan of that in general.
Yeah, so you have speaking and writing and counseling. And do you like the one-to-one idea? Let's keep dreaming for a moment. Do you like the one-to-one moment where you're counseling or coaching and you turn a light bulb on for somebody? Or do you like the idea of maybe speaking to a large crowd and you turning on lots of light bulbs? Or when you write a book, you know that you're turning on a lot of light bulbs just due to the numbers. Which of those two scenarios, the one-to-one or the one-to-many, gives you the most juice when you think about it? And it's okay if it's 50-50.
I think it has to be 50. Like, I love the connection when you just connect with someone personally on that like relationship level.
Right.
But I love speaking in front of people. It just gives me a vibe that I just, like when you always say the juice and stuff like that, that's exactly what I get when I'm speaking in front of large crowds of people.
It. Well, I got to tell you something. You're essentially on this particular question, you're a young Ken Coleman. Because I'm not kidding. As far as your desire, when I asked you that desire question, which of those two forms do you desire most? If somebody asked me that right now today, I would say, I don't know that I can choose between the two. I love the one-on-one coaching, but I love speaking to a large crowd. And so the one-on-one coaching is you and me. That's what I do every day. That's what gives me the juice. The individual coaching. But I do love speaking to a large crowd, and I love writing books. So, it's close for me. All right? So that's good news. You don't have to choose between it. But it does allow you to go, man, I really do like the mass. So it's going to be a both and for you, right? You might start out doing the individual coaching and counseling, and as you grow in your career and your methodology and your message becomes crystallized, then you begin to write and speak. And so, but you're always going to have that core discipline. Does that make sense? Does that sound about right?
That's on point, 100%.
What do you want to counsel and coach on? What's the message? Or no, let me do it this way. What's the problem? What's the problem you're most excited about solving for people? Because you're a people guy. What's the problem or the challenge?
I think, oh man, when you ask it like that, it sounds so much tougher.
No, it's not. Hold on a second. I'm going to give you time. Okay, I'm going to stall on your behalf. So you answer it for me. What is the problem? You've listened to my show enough to answer this correctly. What's the problem that I'm trying to solve for people?
So with you, you like solving people's helping people find purpose when it comes to careers. I think on my side of that is, I find a lot of people come to me out of a relationship looking for purpose of how they find their identity.
Got it.
Or in that kind of sense, and
So,
I can find myself talking for hours about them with that.
So more on the relationship side, correct?
Yeah.
Well, here's the good news. Again, you're like my partner in crime, bro, because I'm focused on purpose and work. Okay? But we are not one-dimensional people. I like to say we're two-dimensional, meaning we've got our relationship side. There's Ken's role in his relationships, husband, father, brother, son, friend, coworker. I think I covered them all there, right? All right. And then on the professional side, it's what I'm doing now. So I am a two-dimensional person. I'm trying to keep this simple for folks. And so you want to coach people and guide people on their relationship purpose and relationship wholeness, correct?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, our work is done here. This was pretty easy. So this is all about you just saying, what are the steps that I've got to take? You're clear. So stage one is get clear. You were clear before this call started, but we've just verified it, correct?
Yeah, I had an idea.
Tell me the real dream. Tell me, I know you had the idea, but I really want to know now, like, take me 20 years. You're wildly successful in the work we've just been talking about. What's that look like?
Ooh, I think it's traveling around to, either high schools or colleges and, speaking about the fact of identity to so many, like kids like me who are kind of searching for something, being, I wouldn't say led on the wrong path because I love my family, but being pressured into a different path that they weren't really finding, and then, having each step kind of be a little bit different. So I just
that's good,
finding kids my age,
that's good,
or even younger,
yeah.
So they don't make my mistakes, but that they can just see,
yeah,
that it's okay and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's totally okay. So that's beautiful, man. So here's the deal. Stage 2 is about getting qualified. So if you want to do clinical counseling, and I'm not sure that that's what you said, but you've got to figure out, okay, at 20, what qualifications do I need to eventually get there? If you want to do some clinical counseling to get your bona fides, right, then you're going to need a master's degree, okay? And you might need to get that undergrad in counseling. I'm not 100% sure you need that as much as just the master's degree, I think, is the next step for you. If you've got your undergrad degree, moving into a master's in counseling is one way to go about it, okay? If you really want to go crazy, you go the PhD route. Not necessary, but you could. And then you got to get into the practice and practice counseling and really become good at your craft. And then while you're doing that, you're writing and creating your own methodology and your own messaging out of the men and women that you look up to and that you follow. So that's the path for you, and it just comes out of what needs to come first. And so you'll need the credibility of experience if you don't have a bunch of letters behind your name. You'll need experience. And so you want to get in that place. So yeah, I'm telling you wholeheartedly, that's what you need to be doing. And you're going to have a conversation with mom and dad and go, this is what it is. You got to support me. You got to believe in me because this is the path I'm supposed to go down.
Awesome. Wow. I think about just the clarity thing, and wow, it just really opened it up.
Good. Well, I mean, I just think it's as clear as all I did was listen to you. And I think your heart is on display, man. And as somebody who's doing what you want to do on whether you want to broadcast or not, you want to publicly communicate the major message that you will share in private in one-to-one sessions as well. And so that's going to be a glorious, glorious message. It's going to be in harmony with everything that you want to do.